it would be hard to do robot reviews and not rate Neo. Neo is one of the most out there ones there have been. And they've really been marketing it. Oh, that's a rental. Get the main one. They've really been marketing it out a lot. But is it ready yet? Let's find out. It's got a good design. The face is a little scary or a little dopey looking, depending on who you are. The original face was definitely scary, and then they fixed it a little bit.
It's here, the first humanoid robot housekeeper.
Thank you, Neo.
For $20,000, you can pre-order 1X's Neo robot now, with delivery in 2026.
I think you missed a tiny spot over here.
Just one little catch. There may be a human behind the curtain, pulling the robot's strings.
If I throw up, will the robot throw up?
A company representative may need to peer into your house via Neo's camera eyes to get things done.
To many people, this is
Not
crazy.
creepy at all.
You have to be okay with this for the product.
Having someone control the robot through their... I don't know about that one, but what needs to be done needs to be done. That's what they're saying. So they're saying this needs to be done to get this to work and to get these pushed out. It sounds like if you're buying Neo, you have to be fine with that. That's what they're saying.
To be useful.
But is Neo a useful product?
We're twinning now, Neo.
Home robots have had two big challenges: creating a safe and capable body and a smart brain. 1X is taking on both of those, which is why Neo looks so different from a more industrial factory robot. All in, it took Neo a little over a minute to fetch a water from the fridge 10 feet away.
Thank you, Neo.
Next challenge, load 3 items in the dishwasher.
You got this, Neo. You got it.
And that took 5 minutes. The Neo I saw isn't the one shipping in 2026. The new model will be safer and have better hand dexterity. The one I saw still needed to take breaks to charge and cool down. The challenge isn't just Neo's body, it's also its brain. The body has to perform tasks safely, but the brain needs to know how to do them on its own, without human help. But right now, everything I saw Neo do was guided by a skilled pilot.
It isn't bad. Thank you.
But the reality is, at least at first, much of Neo's work will be done by someone else. There'll be an app where you can schedule teleoperation, specifying exactly what and when you want Neo to do things in your house.
So we want to, of course, make sure that we respect privacy as much as possible and that it's always on your terms. You are always in control. Some examples of this is the teleoperator does not see you, right? We can blur people. Teleoperator also...
Here's the one problem I might have with these. If I have one of these, right, and it breaks, who's going to fix it? Has anyone thought of that? Like, say its arm fell off. Who would you call to fix that? No one else would know how to fix it except for them. So you'd have to be, I don't know, but I don't know how that would go. Maybe they have something figured out for that, but that's just an issue that I've thought of.
Cannot go into specific parts of your home where you set no-go zones. So that's enforced on the software level. So even if the teleoperator tried, they cannot get the robot to go into those homes. And also the teleoperator can never connect to a robot unless you approve it.
Other companies, like Figure and Tesla, are also racing to build humanoid robots and develop their own AI models to make them fully autonomous. As someone who's always dreamed of the home robot straight out of the Jetsons,
Let's go home, Rosie.
Yes, Nan.
the dream finally feels within reach. But I also couldn't shake flashes of ex machina.
Do you have a name?
Ava.
Neo turns on the stove and throws some paper on and walks away. Can Neo do that? Will Neo do that?
Neo will not do that. Physically, can the robot do that?
Yeah.
Yes. Physically, can a lot of products in your home do something?
Here's the thing. Physically, it can do anything. That's why I rate security, right? Because that's so important for this. Like, if this thing can do anything, it's important that it does what you want it to do, right? Because you don't want this to become a problem.
Dangerous if they decided to, yes. We will ensure that that is not something that Neo is allowed to do. There are multiple layers of safety systems here that ensures that Neo cannot do something like this.
Neo decides to take a very heavy piece of wood, like the top of a table, and drop it on me when I'm sleeping.
Neo will not be able to, or allowed to, it's physically capable of, but it will not be allowed to pick up something that is that heavy. So it's like things that Neo cannot do is like pick up something that is very hot, pick up something that's very heavy, pick up something that's very sharp.
Nice job, Neo. High five.
But it can't. It physically could. I'm just saying. Neo, they could have all this safety stuff, but it physically still can. And that's why you really have to focus on the safety aspect of these things so you don't get any incidents happening. Because can it physically pick something up that could hurt you? Yeah. So that's why the security is so important and you can't let it get hacked. Right?
Nice. Oh, I'm over here. Spending the day with Neo was a bit like spending the day with a toddler learning how to do things in the world. Come on, you got more than... Oh, I'm gonna break the robot. The next few years isn't about owning a super useful robot. It's about raising one. Letting it learn from your home, routines, and chores. All at the expense of the privacy of your inner sanctum. Even if you think this is all crazy, what Neo really signals is the beginning of physical AI in our lives and homes. A future where we may work alongside a new kind of machine.
What I really hope we can achieve is in 5 years, everyone has a very high quality of life. Everyone has a feeling of independence, irregardless of their age.
All right. Let's rate Neo. So, for design, they've really recovered from the older design they had that people were saying was creepy. I know people are saying that it's still creepy, but it's definitely better. So, for design, we'll give them an 8.2 out of 10. They are smart with sort of having the soft outer layer that sort of hides the whole robotic part of it. So, I like that. For use cases, it looked like Neo couldn't really do anything. It looked like they really were trying to not say it couldn't do anything autonomously. Like, they'd have it teleoperated, sure. But they didn't show it doing anything autonomously, so I'm going to assume it can't do much. Maybe it can do a few things, but nothing generalized. So for use cases, I mean, it has the body to be generalized, right? Like Neo would be able to do anything if it had like an AI in its brain or something. So overall, for use cases, I'll give them a 6.6 out of 10. Mostly because they have the structure for the future. They have a plan, but it looks like they haven't figured anything out yet. So that's unfortunate for that. For security, it sounds like they do have a lot of security protocols. Like Neo can't pick up anything hot, sharp, anything like that, heavy. But they shy away from the fact that, oh, we programmed it's not able to, so it won't. But it physically can. I think the best way to make these is if you're making a home robot, make it physically unable to pick up a knife. And then I'm comfortable. If it's, like, say it has hands, right? But it can't physically pick up something heavy, like its arms won't let it. Or, like, it can't pick up that heavy of an object, then I'll be pretty comfortable around it. So overall, for security, they seem to sort of know what they're doing, but they kind of shy away from it a little bit, it seemed like. They were sort of ignoring the fact that, yeah, you can code it to not do something, but what if a mistake happens? If Neo can physically do something harmful because it's a general robot and it can do a lot, they need to acknowledge that and create Neo in a way that wouldn't be able to harm someone. Because this one's designed for homes. It's not designed for sort of a workplace environment. Okay, so for security, I'll give them an 8 out of 10. Just because they acknowledge it, but they sort of shy away from that a little. So overall, Neo will be getting a 7.6 out of 10. They do a lot very well with the whole home robot aesthetic. Neo is pretty good to look at compared to some of the other ones, which would be an eyesore to be around. Neo does a good job with looking aesthetically like, yeah, this would be fine to like have near me. So yeah, I think they earned that score. It's just a shame that you're not able to see it do anything really autonomously yet, like some of the other companies have figured out. So 1X company that made Neo, 1X Technologies has to sort of get on the autonomous part and get Neo more trained because they have everything else figured out except for that part. So that's Neo, and that's the review.